Among the Sith, names echo through history. Conquerors, destroyers, legends of unimaginable power. Yet, one name evokes a different kind of terror. Not through conquest, but pure psychological warfare. They called her Darth Phobos, a Sith who made the dark side itself recoil. Her existence is shrouded in myth, fragments from damaged archives. Both Jedi and Sith agree. Darth Phobos was the terror that turned the predator into the prey. She weaponized fear. Centuries later, her influence forced an unthinkable alliance. Jedi and Sith united against her. How powerful must she have been to fracture the very order that raised her? To warp the dark side? Today, we delve into the legend of Darth Phobos. The hidden fear, the ultimate master of dread. Her story begins on Korriban, the Tomb World, a planet never meant to breathe again. For millennia, the Jedi forbade life there. A wound in the galaxy left a scar, yet life returned. Some say a dying priestess performed a ritual, awakening Korriban's heart. The ritual consumed her, drawing power into her. From that breath, a child was born. Others whisper of a secret cult, remnants of the original Sith species, refusing to abandon Korriban. They raised her in silence, teaching her to listen to the Force echoing through the planet's bones. When she came of age, only she emerged from those tombs. Alone, ready, skeptics claim Phobos fabricated her origin, using myth to shroud herself in inevitability. They say she was no prophecy, merely a cunning manipulator. Understanding fear begins with mystery. Whatever the truth, even enemies agreed. Her existence was an impossibility, a heartbeat carved from stone. To some, Korriban's final gift. To others, its final curse. A force of nature. Early records describe Phobos as serene, articulate, mesmerizing, a woman of striking beauty. Her voice carried warmth, invited trust. But behind every word lay a tremor, a dissonance. Those who spoke with her too long claimed their hearts would race. They knew not why. Phobos learned fear hides beneath admiration. The easiest way to break a mind is to make it love you. When that trust cracked, when dread arrived, she felt it. To Phobos, fear was sweet. She could taste it, feel it, rising through a victim's veins like ice. The chill of surrender. She began to crave that sensation, the way others craved air. Fear nourished her. Fear sharpened her mind, filled her with life. In time, she surrendered to it, and in doing so, the dark side answered her call. She became its conduit of dread. When she entered Sith society, they dismissed her. Too refined, they thought, for brutality. That illusion, though, did not last long. She understood their blind spots. Phobos studied emotion as others studied war. She saw the moments before anger. She discovered fear was the foundation beneath every emotion the Sith revered. Rage, ambition. Once she learned to feel it, she learned to command it. To play their inner discord. Her rise was swift and silent. She killed few. Her rivals vanished, all the same. Some went mad, others killed each other in paranoid delusion. Her influence was insidious. Whispers spread. Phobos could sense what every being feared most, and once she knew, they belonged to her. At first, many Sith emulated her. Then, they began to avoid her, a new dread taking hold. Entire circles of power collapsed into isolation. Her influence spread like a mental plague. The dark side itself rippled around her. Not violent, but invasive, a slow sickness of the mind. As she grew in power, the order began to fracture. Fear turned inward, devouring itself. At the center sat Darth Phobos, untouched, watching, feeding, the ultimate puppet master. The Council of Lords decided she could no longer live, but even together, they dared not face her. They conspired, weaving a plan built on deception, promised her an ancient relic, a psychic amplifier. It was bait. As her vessel descended, dozens of warships lay in wait. A trap sprung. The bombardment was swift, merciless. Turbo lasers tore through her hull, igniting its core. Witnesses saw a bloom of crimson fire, scattering debris across the Valley of the Dark Lords. For 3 days, the sands burned. When the fires died, only twisted metal remained. The Sith celebrated, believing they had purged the infection. Arrogance blinded them. But among the debris, one escape pod was missing, its trajectory lost in the storms. The record ends there. For a time, the galaxy believed Darth Phobos was dead, but fear waits. For decades, her name faded into rumor. The Sith carried on, fractured but functioning. Across the Outer Rim, small disappearances began. No struggle, only a strange sigil carved. A Thelon rune, meaning fear. The symbol spread. Whispers returned, then sermons. From the void came a new faith, the devoured. Fanatics, speaking not of the Force, but a voice. They claimed Phobos transcended mortality, that she had become something greater, living in all minds. Among followers, she was no lord, no teacher. She had become a demonic entity, a god. Her cult grew in secret, abandoning names, whispering her doctrine. Fear was not weakness. Fear was life itself. To feel fear was to remember existence, to taste eternity, and through that, Phobos watched. Those who served her claimed she could see through their eyes, hear her voice between breaths. She never shouted, never commanded. She simply suggested. When they killed, her pleasure echoed. When they hesitated, her disappointment froze them. And when they were afraid, she fed. Phobos had said fear was sweet. Her followers felt her drinking it, the air growing heavy, electric. She could taste terror across the stars, smell it like blood calls to beasts. Every scream, a hymn. Her followers became walking altars, each a vessel for the fear of others. The shadows thickened. Then came the event that broke the silence forever, the Night of the Rune. Across 1,000 systems, on the same night, her cult struck. Sith, Jedi, merchant vessels, none spared. Witnesses described enemies who smiled as they died, smiled as they butchered. Acolytes whispering her name. When the killing stopped, the same mark appeared everywhere. The rune of fear etched in blood. Too precise, too coordinated. Jedi suspected Sith, Sith blamed Jedi. But evidence showed the impossible. Both orders attacked. Both heard the same whispers in meditation, saw the same face in dreams. Darth Phobos had returned. Not as a body, but a pervasive, living fear. Panic spread. Jedi Masters abandoned meditations. Sith Lords fled citadels. Sleep meant invasion. The most powerful beings reduced to paranoia. Silence. Every act of fear strengthened her. The Jedi described her as a cold resonance, static infecting every mind. The Sith called it the pulse. To them, the dark side itself shifted, its balance warped by something primal, older. Sith burned worlds, only spreading her legend. Jedi tried exorcisms. All failed. Fear became stronger. Both orders began to realize a truth neither could accept. Phobos transcended death. She had become what they feared most, the embodiment of fear itself. Indestructible. When the killing reached Coruscant, phantom laughter echoed through Jedi temple walls. The Council made a decision, never recorded. They sent envoys not to the Senate, but to the Sith. The Sith met them. For the first time, light and dark sat at the same table for survival. Their agreement was brief. The hunt for Phobos would be waged by individuals. A desperate gambit. Jedi would provide knowledge, Sith would provide weapons. An alliance of opposites, unified by terror. 10 of the greatest Force wielders of that era. Half Jedi, half Sith. Chosen to confront a god. Their destination unknown to all but their mission leader. The trail led back to Korriban. From that moment, the story passes beyond history and into legend. A chilling tale. They say fear unites nothing. They were wrong. Fear brought Jedi and Sith together. They followed her shadow through the Outer Rim. Derelict temples, vanished populations. The rune marked all at last. Their trail ended on a dead moon near Korriban. The Force itself recoiled. They made their approach in silence. No wind, no sound. Only their own breath inside. The surface was a graveyard. Hundreds of bodies knelt in perfect rings, drained, not decayed. Skin clung to bone like paper, mouths hung open. Eyes looked upward, frozen on something unseen. The hunters moved without speaking. Every step echoed too loud. The Force whispered. Inside, the air was thick. Every breath felt heavy, drawing darkness. The walls pulsed faintly. Then came voices, not from ahead, but from within. A Padawan, a master, a lost lover. The deeper they walked, the more the temple changed. Stone became shadow, every torch an eye. Phobos had not built this place. She had become it, a living manifestation of dread. The Sith drew their blades first. Jedi followed. But the walls drank their light. 1,000 red reflections flashed, moved, breathed. The environment itself was a weapon. They struck at phantoms that bled smoke, at loved ones screaming. Illusions broke, revealing allies. Fear fed the walls. Every heartbeat made the temple stronger. Their own dread empowered her. One by one, hunters fell. Some turned on allies. Others collapsed in despair. The darkness consumed them. Others wandered into the dark, following lost voices until nothing remained but echoes. By the time they reached the heart, perhaps only 3 still lived. Maybe 2. No one knows. Some say she waited for them, serene, radiant, unarmed. Violence drained away. They saw beauty. Others say she was never there. Her voice from walls, air, minds. Nothing left to strike. One legend, the oldest, tells of a single survivor. Jedi or Sith, none know. They did not fight nor run. They simply refused to fear her. A profound act of defiance. In that moment, it is said she starved. The temple went silent, walls cracked, lights died. Whether she perished, fled, or ascended beyond flesh, none can say. The temple was empty. A single ship left orbit before dawn. No report, no message, only 6 words in a log. She is gone. Only for now. A chilling epilogue to their impossible victory. The Jedi archived it as victory. The Sith, purification. Neither ever spoke of it again. Still, for centuries, both recorded anomalies. Dreams of a woman with yellow eyes. Voices whispered from the dark during meditation. The taste of cold sweetness when fear took hold. Her cult survived in fragments. Hidden cells that never died, only slept, waiting for her return. They taught that fear is the only immortal thing. Wherever fear exists, she exists as well. Centuries later, the Jedi turned her legend into a trial. The trial of insight. Initiates faced the image of Phobos. Not as she was, but as their greatest fear, doubt, guilt. To pass, one had to see through the illusion, refuse to be afraid, to conquer their inner Phobos. The Sith chose a different path. They erased Phobos from their histories entirely, forbidden to speak her name. To speak her name was to summon her, but legends have long memories. They wait in silence. Because fear cannot be destroyed. It only ever sleeps, waiting to be felt again. And somewhere beneath Korriban's dust, a black stone temple still stands. Walls listen, shadows hunger. In the space between heartbeats, when courage falters, a voice whispers through the Force. When Sith have nightmares, I am the face they see. I am fear itself. This is the legend of Darth Phobos, the hidden fear. A Sith Lord so terrifying that even the Sith turned against her and forced Jedi and Sith to unite. Officially, Darth Phobos was introduced in The Force Unleashed, mainly as a trial. The lore gives us fragments. Theolen, mind manipulator, uniting orders against her fear. We took that skeleton and imagined the monster who could drive both sides to pure panic. We've punched this story up, true. But Phobos is meant to be part nightmare, part myth. She is a reflection of the dark side. Not just anger or hate, but fear itself. Even if most is legend, the bones are real. In a galaxy of myth, legends tell more. What do you think of Darth Phobos, the Sith who mastered fear? Let us know below.